Exactly. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
interesting.
guess they just
Shalkka
don't really care on that one.
Shalkka has picked Justin, and Torst has picked Levka.
Now, how do you think those two players might impact each other? I mean, Levka's a very specific niche role in this game, isn't it?
It's interesting they're not picking like you got the top three players. You got Violet or characters. You got Violet, Tor, and Bajarn. Those are obviously the favorites that community has kind of decided on. Justin, Levka aren't really in that top tier. Justin's not bad with his pre-fires and stuff. You can get some good damage down there. Levka is very situational, so it's interesting that they chose to pick those two. Maybe they're just avoiding the meta characters for third place. I don't know, but yeah, it'll be interesting. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I find a lot of these players they kind of have like a mutual agreement not to pick Bjarn, just because he
hmm
is a little bit broken at the moment in some ways, in terms of like a few bugs that have been happening here and there. And I think that they've just had like a gentleman's agreement. Let's just not pick that or ban it all around.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of times where Bajarn could have shown up. He wasn't banned, but he didn't, so that might have been the case. And Bajarn, he's a little bit more balanced in ones than I think he is in twos, just because if you want to get that damage, that lower that wall hack enabled, you have to peek. You know, you have to expose yourself to get that damage down to even enable that ability. So twos, it's a little bit different because your partner can do that for you.
Once again, guys, we're back with the first game in a best of three match, Shalkka versus Torst, and now this is for the third place. So winner gets third place, loser gets fourth place. Oh no, the barrel strat unfortunately not working out, but Levka would have seen that though.
Yeah, interestingly, I don't. Maybe I was in first person view. Maybe he accidentally one of the pellets clipped that barrel when he was trying to pre-fire there. Not really a big deal. He can just take it out early. It's not going to affect him too much.
I think he just straight up shot it, trying to go for invisibility strap, but it just didn't work
Mm.
out. I think he was one or two steps away too far.
Barrel does go off early here, and we see Shalkka takes the health pack, and as they both jump on a point here, who's going to die? Neither of them, actually. Never mind. Shalkka gets taken out as Torst gets on the very last moment
And that was
for loop two.
just enough time to get on top of the point too. I mean, he's playing it very close with that play.
hmm
Another place, the place these two players are going to make on loop number 3. Torst is going to spot out Shalkka in this time again match here. Shalkka is going to get taken down. Instead of running for the health pack, he rushes towards the other one, but 2 seconds left. He's not going to make it to the point. Let's see if he's able to at least take Torst off the point, but with 3 clones on top of the point, Shalkka, not enough time. Torst going to get the first point.
Unfortunately, Shalkka played his left side with both his 2 and his 3. His 2 ends up taking the health pack, and we can see Shalkka's really focusing on the pre-fires. He actually leaves that health pack for his 2, but because he has to go across field there, he doesn't have enough time to get on point. Both his 1 and 2 are taken out, so Torst does take that. We see Shalkka is doing a lot of pre-fires. He's really trying to play into his Justin pick here. I'm not sure how many of those are landing, though, and with the shotgun, of course, range is an issue, so maybe you shouldn't focus on pre-fires quite as much. You might need to focus on current clones a little bit more to secure that win and the damage.
And that's what I find so difficult about using Justin in these games, especially when you start to
hmm
get to the more higher level games. It's just so hard to pre-fire. Unless you're using grenade launcher, I guess, but that's a different story.
Even grenade launcher now, it's still not always. It's really not easy to necessarily predict exactly where they are because bullets they don't have a very wide hit range. You know, you really have to shoot exactly where they are. You can shoot around health packs, you can shoot around barriers and stuff. More likely you're gonna hit someone there, but it's still a gamble. As we can see here, going to loop 3, Torst has a lot of momentum. So Shalkka's going to have to hopefully get some pre-fires on the 3 and take out the other clones.
Final loop, Shalkka is going to spot out Torst here, but they're both playing around the barricades, 70 HP. Torst gets brought down pretty low. He might get taken out here. He does manage to pick up the health pack, bring him right back up to speed here, but Shalkka's going to go on that gets deleted, and with all 3 clones taken out, Torst getting another point, getting him one step closer to that first game win.
Shalkka gets lit up here as he goes on point, but as you can see, he actually ticks down Torst 3 to basically 0. He has a lot of health left. I think that he possibly should have held that angle, maybe taken out Torst or waited for him to take that health pack. And he might not, if he did that, he might not have had time to grab the health pack behind him, but he still had a lot of health. He might have been able to actually take out Torst 3 there if he had held that angle on him.
It looks like Torst has just got a very strong hold in this game, and I'm not sure. Has the passive from Lefka really played that much of a factor in this game?
I'm not sure. I've been mostly in free cam view. I'll jump into first person, see what I can see here. From Shalkka's perspective, I mean, you can hear him. He's pre-firing everywhere a whole lot, really hoping to get some of those damages down. But he hasn't really been doing any invisibility strats or anything, so I'm not sure how much Torst has really needed Lefka's ability.
I mean, I think it helps a little bit. You can kind of keep firing after you desync them, and maybe that clone somehow manages to survive or get some weird health pack. I don't know. It hasn't really been too much of a factor. And again, neither has Justin too much.
Yeah, both of these players' passes are a little bit, they're not quite coming into play here.
Not just yet, but we'll see who's going to be able to play what. And that clone 3 from Shalkka is going to take down his clone 2, but he is at least able to spot out Torst, but he gets deleted again. Torst making every play possible in this game, taking down for the game win.
Shalkka actually takes out his clone 2 here, hurts himself a little bit, and then we can see Torst 1 takes out Shalkka's 1, Torst 3 takes out Shalkka's 3. He's just matching up clone for clone right now. He's kind of out aiming Shalkka. Shalkka's pre-fires don't seem like they're really hitting. I think he was using shotgun a little bit to try and pre-fire. Not sure how much the distance is really helping there. I'm sure the damage boost is going up a little bit, but yeah, I think it's coming down to Torst is just hitting those shots a lot more. Shalkka's banking the pre-fire, more of a gamble, doesn't know exactly where he is, so a lot of those shots are actually missing.
Pretty much there. And I think I finally figured out Levka will have the advantage on the B-hop health pack races when somebody's desynced. You'll know exactly where they're going and how far.
That is true.
But anyways, guys, we'll be right back for game number 2 between Shalkka versus Torst in the 3rd place match. Welcome back with game number 2 of Torst versus Shalkka, with Torst leading game number 1. Mr. Freeze, what were the picks and bans like this game?
I believe they were exactly the same. We should see Justin versus Levka again. So if we're going to see any change in match results, I think Shalkka needs to do something a little bit different. Maybe not focus on pre-fires as much. Maybe focus his pre-fires on specific points, like health packs at a certain time, around 7 or 8 seconds, that sort of thing, instead of pre-firing the whole loop. He needs to put some shots down the current clone. He's actually using a grenade launcher this time around.
And I think it's going to help out with those pre-fire shots there. I mean, I can only imagine what kind of damage those pre-fire grenade launcher shots are going to do.
Oh yeah, those will be really deadly. That's actually going to be something Torst really needs to look out for. And we've seen in the past, the grenade launcher's been nerfed, less of an explosion radius, but it's really hard to remember where all those explosions happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Torst get clipped.
It's very easy to get clipped here, but right now, loop number 2, Torst is going to go on the offensive here, trying to take down Shalkka, but instead, he's going to be the one that gets hunted, but he's able to turn it around, take down Shalkka. Torst looking really good loop number 2.
Yeah, Shalkka, I think he was missing some of his shots here initially against that clone 2, allowing Torst to come down and take the health back pretty much before he was hit with any bullets. Shalkka did wait until he took the health back, trying to just get the surprise on him. I don't think Torst quite knew he was there, but it didn't work out.
I think also Torst fell down by accident on that last jump, but we'll have to see. This time he falls down on purpose to try to pick up the health pack. He might be able to take down Shalkka, but the explosion just barely missing Shalkka from his previous clones. He's going to land that last shot, and the clone 1 from Torst is the only one on top of the point, giving him the first point of the game.
Torst waited out Shalkka really well here with his 3. He's up on rail, you see here. He's just taking some shots down on the clones below, and he jumps down. He zones the health pack very well, takes Shalkka's 3 down super low. Shalkka's forced to concentrate on Torst's other clones on point, and that gives Torst just the ability to shoot him right in the back, and take out Shalkka, take the point.
That clone 2 from Shalkka used the grenade launcher and actually landed very close to where Shalkka was and did some significant damage. I think it was a huge contribution to that as well.
Grenade launcher coming out again. I believe Torst is running a shotgun there. Takes his pistol finish off Shalkka there. And he has point control. We've seen Torst. Torst has been, he's had a lot of map control here. He's had a lot of loop control. Each loop he ends on point. It's looking like he's going to take these rounds, and Shalkka needs to turn something around, change some things up.
Oh, but the grenade launcher! And
with the damage boost
damage
too.
That's the boost damage. I saw it in the kill feed. It's got an up arrow.
Yeah, that clone got desynced so fast. Like, that grenade exploded, just absolutely took out Torst. Well-placed grenade launcher shot right there by Shalkka. We can see that Justin the grenade launcher he can be a force to be reckoned with if you can place those shots.
My goodness. And I don't think there's any way to stop that. You'd have to desync that clone super fast still. There it is. Again, the up arrow. That clone 1 getting that clone 2. Torst gonna play over on the offensive, try to take down Shalkka's clone 3. Picks up his health pack. 2 left on the clock. Is he gonna be able to make it towards point? He is able to, and as well taking down Shalkka, that last clone, and gets the second point of the game.
Torst actually barely took that round. It was much closer. Good play by Shalkka here. What Torst does here, you see Shalkka takes the health back a little bit early, goes out, and Torst is able to damage him down below half health before even taking that health pack. And he's still able to get on point there. So Shalkka just didn't have the health pack advantage that Torst had, allows Torst to win that gunfight, and he barely took out that clone 2. The advantage that Shalkka got by taking out Torst clone 2 almost saved him there and pushed an OT, but it didn't quite happen.
Oh, the laser. The laser.
Mm-hmm.
Shalkka's going to get the health pack, go back in. Both players are going to contest, and Shalkka with that focus laser shot just deletes Torst. Full HP.
That is interesting. He goes invisible here, and then he takes the health pack behind him. He's probably predicting that that barrel's going to be exploded, but as we saw here from, I don't know if you had first-person perspective, he was actually pre-firing that health pack while he was invisible, trying to hide that from Shalkka, it looks like.
And I'm surprised that Torst hasn't really been seeing it with a Levka passive. Maybe it's very difficult because he was on the other side of the map.
Possibly. I'm not sure if you can see you can't see the laser of the desync clone, so he might not know that he's firing. I'm not really sure there. But I'm sure this barrel will be denied, and we'll see if that pre-fire actually comes out from Shalkka. This could be a big brain play.
A big brain play. We'll see who's going to have the big brain in this case here, but the clone 2 going taking down that clone 1 in favor of Torst. The clone 2, and all of Torst's clones are dead except for the clone 3. Now it's up to the clone 3 to be able to finish it. Except for that clone 1 getting the health pack back up, but he's not able to kill the clone 2. Overtime.
We pushed in OT, so it's really unfortunate we don't get to see a replay here, because actually what happened around that barrel, Torst used Levka to see exactly where Shalkka's clone was. So after that barrel goes off, Torst was actually still shooting at the desynced clone with the laser, and he actually got the kill on Shalkka's desynced invisible strat clone before he could do any sort of pre-fire. I don't think the pre-fire would have actually came off there, but Levka's ability did actually come in handy for Torst there, allowed him to get that kill even after the invisibility strat.
And I think that's the most effective. This game has been the most effective use of Levka.
Yeah, we've seen some good uses. I still think, you know, obviously the other top 3 characters that would have been picked would have probably played a little bit more into usability, if that makes sense, what I just said. But,
No.
you know, these 2 characters, they're getting some use out of them, but not as much as the top 3 that players typically pick in these games.
Now, Torst gonna start on top of the point. Although he's not full health, he is quite close. He will be able to take on that clone 2. But what? Wait, what? The damage that came in. That was a shotgun pre-fire from a clone 3. No wonder he got deleted. Torst getting destroyed right at the get-go, and that's gonna be the point for Shalkka.
Well, just as I'm saying, these characters' abilities, you know, haven't been impacting the game too much. He pre-fires a 3 on point. Playing Justin and going to OT when you're right next to him like that, especially with a shotgun, is dangerous.
That pre-fire boost damage right to the face.
Yeah.
And a shotgun at that. Oh my goodness, no wonder. He flew across the map.
Mm-hmm. That's something I actually didn't really quite consider. I mean, going in OT, you know exactly where to spawn. Usually if you do a pre-fire, you're going to hit at least 1 bullet. So if you have Justin, I mean, that's going to do some massive damage.
So then most likely we'll probably see a lot more overtimes coming from Justin if that's the case then.
Yeah, if you can push an OT, you know, obviously it's better to take the point if you can. But yeah, if it ends up going to OT, you don't really want to go into OT against Justin.
I guess that could also explain why Shalkka's running a lot of invisibility strats in this game. I mean, that will help. It'll keep its clones alive a lot longer after deleting that barrel.
So as you see, Torst is playing the health pack really well. Unfortunately, he's just not able to get any damage there. He waits out Shalkka like he needs to, just playing the health pack to get more HP over Shalkka. We see Shalkka take it early. None of those bullets really end up landing, but as both players jumped on a point, Torst got all the shots down Shalkka needed to, took him out. He has momentum in loop 3.
Let's see how that momentum carries out in loop number 3. Right now, Torst is able to spot a Shalkka and take him down. No pre-fire damage is going to come in yet, but Shalkka is back up. He's able to take on Torst's clone 2, but the clone 1 getting in the way of Torst. Will Shalkka be taken down? Yes, he will. And the clone 2 not going to get taken down. No, it's another overtime, and that's going to be an advantage for Justin right now.
So the way Torst played that health pack earlier, he's doing a good job zoning Shalkka's 2, but actually something I didn't think about what ended up happening was Shalkka's 3 just rushed that pack, took it before that 2 could, so that 2 was basically negated, and that 2 didn't do any damage to Shalkka until he jumped on point. So the clone was desynced by the time he jumped on point, Shalkka's 2 was alive, and that's exactly what pushed in this overtime here. So Shalkka's rushing onto the health pack, he noticed that Torst took it really late, really well played by Shalkka, even though he got taken out, turns out to be in his favor here. We might see another Justin pre-fire on Torst 3.
And those pre-fires are deadly. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't think he got him that time, but he's opting for getting the health pack instead. But getting a huge chunk of damage from Torst.
Securing that health pack may have been the better play here because he was so low. Just one misstep and he loses the race to that 3. Unfortunately, he did get ticked down really low, so Torst does still technically have the advantage even though he's in a bad position with his 3. He's got 2 clones on point, I believe. 1 half health, 1 almost full. That's a lot of damage that Shalkka needs to take out to deal.
We'll see if any pre-fire shots just happen with a very quick snap. Nope, that's going to be the clone 2 this time getting taken out. Looks like Torst wanted to get that revenge on the clone 2 for earlier, but right now he gets knocked down to 12 HP, no health packs up, he gets desynced, and this could be Shalkka taking the next point, bringing it into battle for point number 5, and no, he's not able to get that clone 2. That clone 2 circling around the point. Now it's back.
Does he not see him?
I think he's looped around him. Yeah, you can see he looped around him.
I think he was behind his back the entire time. Holy crap.
Shalkka's probably just like, wait, what? Where is that guy?
Just big brain play by Shalkka running around in a circle and point. Makes it so that way he's always in Justin's blind spot.
I've never seen that. That's actually so funny.
It's got to be QLC history. Maybe even Quantum League history.
No one has ever done that. All right, the Miracle 2. Torst going to be on top of the point here, but Shalkka going to respawn back at pace. And I think it's still, it could go either way, can it?
It could. Torst is playing safe, but we can see him here. He's actually spending a lot of time out of cover with his 2. He doesn't actually get the kill on with his 2 as he jumps in point. Shalkka has momentum here, and Torst was really exposing his 2, so even if he had won that gunfight, I would have been afraid for that kill and the turnaround and momentum there. Let's see what happens with 3.
Shalkka's clone 3 does have the point control here, but it looks like he's going to back off and opt for a safe position here. He's going to reload, get back into the action. Spots the clone 2, spots the clone 3. He's trying to take down the clone 3, 25 HP. He might get taken down. One more shot should do it. No, he gets desynced here, and that's going to be Torst getting on top of the point, but not able to finish the game. No, that's not going to look good for Torst.
No, it's another OT, but Torst 3 is at 1 shot from pretty much any weapon. Looks like about 10 HP or something less. So this is looking like it's going to be Shalkka's game so long as he can just get that quick tap on the 3. He's got a clone on point right there that can pre-fire him. Not looking good for Torst. If he can get out, he needs to play safe. If Torst can get out with his 3, his only hope really here is to play really safe with his 1 and his 2. He's got fresh ones. Keep them in cover. It looks like that's what he's doing with his 1. And really hope that he can just play time on Shalkka.
I feel like his 2 is going to be the most key factor in this game here. He has to try to take down Shalkka's clone 2 faster or something. He's got to try to make some miracle play happen, but I don't think that's going to be the case. It's so difficult with such low health on that clone 3.
Yeah, it's going to be... We've seen it happen. I think, if I remember correctly, there was this one instance. It was JP versus either Solucky or Darth, and JP was in a terrible position like that, but he came back and won it using the safe strat with 1 and 2 and playing time with his 3. Worked out really well. We'll see if Torst can copy that here and pull it out.
And right there, Torst is able to take down Shalkka's clone 2, but now he's going to play defensively. But meanwhile, Shalkka is inching his way closer. He should be able to spot out Torst. One shot will do it, and that's Shalkka taking down that clone 3 and the clone 2. That's going to secure his 2nd point, bringing us to battle for point number 5.
What Torst did, Torst had a good setup there with his 1 and his 2 in cover. Unfortunately, he peaked with his 2 up ramp. His 2 actually got pre-fired a little bit by the 1 from Justin, and because he's all the way up there on ramp, that allows Shalkka to not just go up onto the middle ramp area, get that kill, and he knows where Torst 3 is, so he just peeks him, takes him out. Easy kills by Shalkka. Torst probably should have played a little bit more in cover there, kept his health high, so that way he can do a quick blitz on the point. Very close though, 2-2 in rounds.
And it could go either way, but both these players definitely not letting up on each other here. See, Torst, he is going to get the first point advantage here. We'll see how that plays out in the next few time loops. Well, you know, we rarely see Laser, but Shalkka seems to really enjoy playing Laser this game.
You know, yeah, Laser got a little bit of a buff. He's going for a Viz strat here. Looks like he is shooting the 1 on Torst, so that 1 should be taken out here. But yeah, Laser, we haven't seen too much Laser. It did get a little bit of a buff, so I don't know how much has really been used to see how viable it is. So I like seeing players use it, and maybe it'll give a little bit of a gun variety here if players deem it worthy.
I think it's also very strong on Justin here, but we'll see how that plays out. Meanwhile, Shalkka is going to get desync. He does pick up the health pack, but brought down to 33 HP. Torst is brought down here, and Shalkka might be able to win it here, but no, all of Torst's clones are gone, and that's going to be Shalkka bringing it to game number 3.
I believe the invisibility strat here popped off. I actually wasn't quite paying attention. It did. So Shalkka's 1 was able to do damage, or his 2 was able to do damage in the back line here. I think that gave him a little bit of an advantage. But yeah, well played by Shalkka. He got some really good hits down on Torst right as he took the health pack. They're both about even HP, and Shalkka ended up winning that gunfight.
And so that is a best of 3. So we've got one more game, winner take all in this next game. And whoever wins it will get 3rd place, the loser getting 4th place, but we'll be right back while we get that set up. Game number 3, winner take all, to see who will be 3rd place in the Challenger Tier 1v1 tournament. And it's Torst versus Shalkka. Guys, place your bets over in the chat. Predict who do you think will take this last game. Mr. Freeze, once again, picks and bans.
Same thing. Both playing the same characters. I don't believe they're banning anyone just because they both kind of already decided that they'll play these characters for the whole best of 3, it seems. But yeah, Levka versus Justin.
I feel like they just kind of went into this game. They're like, I'm going to play this. And then the other one's like, okay, I'll play this. And then that's it. They don't need to ban.
So interesting play by Shalkka here. He plays up ramp. He's actually going to take that health pack really late. So I'm not sure how much pressure that's going to apply. But as we saw, he's going for pre-fires. He went for some ramp pre-fires, hoping that he can catch Torst out. Looks like he might.
I feel like he might. It's difficult to say, but Torst is going on the offensive, trying to take down Shalkka here. Oh, the grenade launcher just kind of whiffed right by on the side here, but Torst going to pick up the health pack, get back into the action. He chunks down his own clone 1 a little bit here just before he goes and focuses down, take down Shalkka's clone 2.
Shalkka's 2 plays some good placed grenades here around the health pack. They didn't do anything. I don't think they're actually going to hit at all because I believe, yeah, Torst 3 is going to play left.
Shalkka is going to go full-on aggro, trying to take down Torst, but Torst has the health pack advantage. Meanwhile, Shalkka does get taken down. He has to rush towards the other health pack. 3 seconds left on the clock, and both players are going to spot each other out. Who will take out who? Torst gets brought down super low, but Shalkka just barely getting on top of the point. And I think that's an advantage for Shalkka, if I'm not mistaken.
Shalkka, for sure. Torst is at 3 HP. Yeah, both 3s are on point there. So not the best, but Torst is super low. That said, he does have a second clone on point that could maybe pre-fire the 3 and save his own 3. It's going to be interesting.
And it's very possible because there's also 1 health pack over on the blue side.
There is.
And I think they're kind of equidistant. So I know maybe Shalkka's a little bit closer, or is it?
I think Torst has both his clones actually a little bit closer to the health pack, so he's probably going to race with one of these clones here.
Torst probably has the highest chance of stealing the health pack away, but on the clone 3, oh, what's going on there?
Shalkka's going to get the kill with the laser. Torst 2 took that health pack really early, and I hope he didn't take it too early. On one hand, he has to raise Shalkka's 3 to it, because Shalkka's 3 is probably going to go for it, but on the other hand, he can't beat his own 3 to it. because his 3 getting a health pack is way more important than the 2, especially just because his 3 is. I don't even see any HP on that bar.
It's 3 HP. Oh no, a 1 shot will be able to do it, but is he going to be able to make it towards the health pack?
Oh
The
no.
clone 2 is going to steal it. Oh no, that play came to bite him back, but maybe a pre-fire shot could be able to take him down. Oh no, the laser. And I think that's what makes Justin strong too, is that laser play.
Laser and Justin's pretty good, just the pre-firing. Yeah, if that beam crosses your line, it's basically a hit.
The purple laser.
But yeah, that 2 rush to that health pack actually did Torst in right there. He could have beaten every clone to that pack. That 2, well, the 2 only stopped because he was fighting the other 2. So I don't know, it's hard to say. But taking the health pack that quickly with his 2 when his 3 really needed it, probably not the best play there, unfortunately. So that round's going to go into Shalkka.
Another laser. It looks like laser on Justin is the way to go. I mean, just as you said, like if somebody walks in the middle of the beam, I guess it's extra damage, easier to hit. Oh no, Shalkka spent way too much time just kind of.
He's not going to get a point.
Yeah.
So that clone, the only thing it's going to do is pre-fire, so hopefully damage previous clones. He is shooting behind cover, so maybe he'll get a couple of ticks.
I mean, it's possible he'll get something, but we'll see how that plays out. But right now, not enough damage going to get taken out here. The clone 1 going to get picked off by the clone 2. The Shalkka's on top of the point. One more shot is all he needs. He's able to take down the clone 2, but not the clone 1 for Torst.
Torst 2 is off point, so no pressure there if he saves that clone. And after taking that health back, he actually got chunked by Shalkka.
Ooh, that damage. Where did that come from? That was okay. So Torst clone 3 getting shot down, taken down quickly by Shalkka. He's got to make his push here. He's still able to take down Shalkka's clone 3. Does he have enough damage to take down the clone 2? Yes, he does. And the clone 1 are being taken down. It's going to be the point for Torst. But what happened there?
I'm actually not quite sure. His 3 was just sprayed down, I think, by Justin pre-fire there. I actually missed that as well. But he did have the health pack below, so he was able to jump down, grab that, and save the round for himself. So almost a close call.
I think it's a sniper pre-fire from clone 1 or 2 from Shalkka.
Oh.
So
that's quite a pre-fire.
That definitely is, because the only damage that brings you from 125 is that sniper rifle, but he had less than that, so that must have been pre-fire.
Oh, and it looks like Torst or Shalkka is not quite going to get on point here for loop 1.
So it seems that the 3 guns are shotgun, grenade launcher, and laser on Justin, make him very strong. But that pre-fire shot from the sniper rifle is scary too.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, but it's still kind of the same issue. You've got 1 shot. It's not the same as a spray or a laser or something. That's quite a risk to take the sniper for Justin to pre-fire a sniper shot. It was an amazing shot if you hit it, but I don't know if you're gonna hit it.
He's gonna focus on Torst's clone 2, but doesn't realize that Torst is right behind him, getting some good fire shots on him here. Torst is gonna focus fire again on Shalkka's clone 3. Shalkka's gonna make his way to the point here, but Torst is not on it. Torst's clone 2 is the only one that gets on top of the point, and that's gonna be a second point for Torst.
In that instance, I think the only instance it's really okay to not jump on point in 1v1s is on your 3rd loop, because you can stay back and zone the point and take out the opponents while your previous loops capture. And that's what we see Torst did here. He tried to jump on, but it's okay that he's off of it. He's too far away because he got the kills on Shalkka's clones and secured the round for him.
And with that point, that brings Torst one step closer finishing this game here. Looks like Shalkka wanted to go for an invisibility strap, but not quite working out in his favor in that case.
He did pop it off at the very end there, but that will probably be canceled by either of the players here. And I'm not sure how much pre-fire that actually hit just because it was so late in the round.
Yeah, it was kind of all over the place there. Once he missed that shot off the barricade. Oh, maybe that could be for his clone too? No, he's just going to go on the ramp here.
Well placed grenade there, but Torst is actually going to beat him to the health pack. But then he's taken out from behind by Shalkka's 2. Torst has to run back to take his own health back and jump 1 point. And he's got a lot of momentum on point here, but if Shalkka steals a health back in the 2, that could change the tide.
If Shalkka's able to change the tide and get that health pack here, that's going to bring it into a battle for point number 5. See how that plays out here. He's going to rush towards the health pack. Torst has got the read on him, but the explosion almost taking Torst out of it as well. He has to rush, but the reload is going to stop him here. It looks like Torst is going to opt for running towards the top of the point, but the last shot's going to come in, but Shalkka's clone 2 still alive on top of the point, bringing him to overtime.
Bad position for Torst here. Shalkka rushing that health pack. He didn't get the steal, but he forced Torst to take it, making sure that Torst 2 stayed desynced, and Shalkka was able to take that health pack and distract Torst long enough so that way he couldn't clear point. Worked out for Shalkka, and Torst is not in a good position here with this 3.
And Shalkka really wants to take down Torst. I mean, he free-fired the heck out of that health pack.
We'll see if that becomes fruitful. I mean,
He could take himself out too.
he could.
Let's see, he's gonna rush somewhere. I don't know. It looks like he wants to go for that clone 1. He's gonna go a little bit more aggro, try to take down the clone 2, but with only the pistol. I think this round he had the grenade launcher. Grenade launcher not very effective. He is gonna get taken down, rush towards the point. And now his fate is gonna be decided on the next loop.
Torst takes him out with a melee there. Torst didn't take any damage in this gunfight at all with Shalkka, so Shalkka didn't hit the shots you think he really needed to hit there. But Torst is still down bad with his 3.
Here comes the rush. Torst is going to make his dash over to the point here, but the pre-fire shot from Shalkka's clone 1. Gonna desync Shalkka. Oh my gosh. What in the world? Torst did not see that coming. And Shalkka, very well played. He knew exactly what was going to happen, and he held that pre-fire for such a long time, getting us into battle for point number 5.
Torst needed to do 1 of 2 things. He needed to take this health pack early and get out, or he needed to wait out that pre-fire. And that was just, Shalkka played Justin really, really well there, using the pre-fire to his advantage. He knows exactly where Torst 3 is going to go because he has to go there because he's so low. Damages Torst down to almost 0, and I mean, Shalkka's 3 just cleaned up the 3, just 1 shot from the SMG took him out.
Man, Justin in these overtime plays are so good because I had never even really thought about it, that you minimize how many patterns or movements or placements you're going to make your character go to, especially since everyone's starting over in the center point.
Yeah, overtime's almost more predictable than regulation, I think, because there's only so many health packs up, so players are going to more likely go towards them, and they're going to be hiding behind cover more because they don't have the health packs available maybe. So it might be, and if you got a frozen clone on point, you know where they're starting. So yeah, pre-firing and overtime I think is a bit easier, and Justin's strength kind of plays into that.
On top of that, Shalkka's putting some pretty specific pre-fire shots. You can, if you zoomed in on first point where Shalkka was, he was pre-firing over on the ramps where he thought Torst could walk onto, and that's a very unusual pre-fire shot.
Shalkka's pulling out the sniper for round 3 though.
But the sniper shot is going to land onto Torst here, bring him down to 25 HP. One shot would do it, but 3 seconds left on the clock. Torst is going to pick up the health pack here. He might be able to close out the game. One more clone taken down, and that's going to be Torst's 3rd place in the 1v1 tournament.
Shalkka pulling out the sniper on loop 3 here was probably a mistake. We see him get 2 hits. He gets a hit on the 2 and a hit on the 3, both on ramps. Both of those clones end up grabbing the health pack, so the damage doesn't really stay there. And because he grabbed the sniper, and Torst is actually just waiting him out on that health pack there. We saw Shalkka zoomed in a sniper, just waiting for Torst to take it, trying to get that kill. Took way too much time. He didn't have the DPS he needed to secure that final round with the sniper. Torst has all 3 clones on point at the end there. So good time played by Torst, played out Shalkka. Shalkka probably mistake grabbing that sniper, and 3rd place goes to Torst.
3rd place definitely to Torst, and now we're going to be here for our Challenger Tier Finals. Now it's a best of 5 match, and it's going to be between Candy Tom and who was it, I believe?
Fraga. Fraga.
Yeah, Fraga. So on the level GG match thing, it does say Stapler's Frosty. However, Frosty did have to leave earlier in the day due to work.